Today, we're headed to one of Japan's oldest and most important sacred sites, Izumo Taisha. But listen, this isn't going to be some dusty history lesson about a place that's just stuck in the past. Nope. We're going to see how this shrine is actually a living, breathing center of Japanese culture today. It's this amazing mix of imperial traditions, personal spirituality, and, get this, even modern art. So, to really get what makes this place tick, we're going to break it down into 4 key areas. We'll kick things off with the big Imperial ceremonies, then dive into the seasonal rhythms that guide worship. After that, we'll check out its surprisingly modern side, and then wrap up with some practical tips for anyone thinking of visiting. All right, let's start at the top. We're talking about the grandest ceremonies, the really big ones that connect the shrine directly to Japan's imperial family and, the heart of its national identity. Okay, first, a little lingo that'll help us out. The shrine's activities basically fall into 2 buckets. You've got Saiten, which are the big public festivals, and then there's Shinji, which are the more personal, sacred rituals. Keep those in mind because you'll see how both are super important as we go. So, the biggest one of all? That's gotta be the Daisiri, the Grand Festival of Izumo Taisha. And let me tell you, this is not just some local get-together. This is a massive event, a really big deal on a national level. And this festival is where you can really see that direct, unbroken connection to the imperial family. Every single May, an official envoy from the emperor himself comes to the shrine. The whole atmosphere of the place just shifts. It's described as becoming ancient, elegant, courtly. I mean, it's literally like stepping back in time into a living piece of history. And this imperial connection isn't just a one-off thing that happens in May. Oh no, it's woven throughout the entire year. Take February 23rd, for instance. On that day, the shrine holds a festival called the Tenjo Setsusai. Its whole purpose? To celebrate the emperor's birthday and pray for his long life. So yeah, that connection is alive and well all year round. Okay, so we've seen the big, grand imperial stuff. But beyond that, the shrine has this beautiful yearly rhythm, a cycle of rituals that are much more personal, connecting directly to the spiritual lives of everyday worshippers. The whole year at Izumo Taisha is punctuated by these key events, and each one has its own unique spiritual goal. You've got a festival for good fortune in February, a huge purification ritual in the summer, and a whole bunch of others. They're all about the well-being of the individual. Now, to really get these personal rituals, you have to understand this core concept, tsumi and kegare. The shrine itself has this amazing translation for it, spirit withering. It's this idea that just living your daily life, dealing with all the stress, it creates a kind of spiritual exhaustion that just builds up over time. So, what's the fix? Purification. Rituals like that big summer one are designed to just wash away all that accumulated kagare. The goal is to restore your genki, your original vital energy. It's kind of like a spiritual reset button, wiping the slate clean so you can move forward feeling totally refreshed and re-energized. But here's where things get really interesting. The shrine isn't just about preserving these ancient traditions. It's also become this vibrant, living stage for the modern world. And this is a really fascinating side to it. And the answer to that question, well, it's probably not what you're thinking. These modern offerings called hono are wild. They go way beyond what you'd expect. It's like this living, breathing conversation happening between the ancient sacred space and today's culture. I mean, check this out. One day, the offering to the gods might be a performance of traditional South Indian classical dance. How amazing is that? A beautiful fusion of global culture, right there on sacred ground. And then the next, it could be something completely different. Picture this, the serene, meditative sounds of a crystal bowl concert, with these modern harmonies just filling that ancient sacred space. And then you get something you would never expect. How about the formal dedication of a contemporary sculpture, like a unicorn statue, being presented as a sacred offering to the gods? Yeah, a unicorn. So, the big point here is that Izumo Taisha is this incredibly dynamic cultural hub. The offerings could be anything from a vibrant light show projected onto the main hall to a choir performance or even traditional sword dances. This place is not a museum, it's not stuck in the past, it's actively weaving brand new cultural threads into its living story. Okay, so finally, let's say all this has you inspired and you're thinking about visiting. Let's cover what you need to know to make sure your visit is both respectful and really meaningful. First things first, this is a deeply revered place, and keeping it safe and sacred is the #1 priority. So, as you'd expect, there are some really clear, important rules for everyone who visits. Now, along with all the usual rules of conduct you'd expect, there's one very modern one they really stress. No drones. At all. They're strictly forbidden anywhere on the grounds. It's all about preserving both the safety and that special sacred atmosphere. And this kind of highlights how modern and accessible the shrine is trying to be. Of course, you can find all the practical stuff like opening hours online, but what's really cool are the mail-in services. If you can't visit in person, you can actually request prayers or amulets from a distance. It's a great way they extend their spiritual reach way beyond just the physical location. So when you put it all together, the grand imperial rites, the personal spiritual rituals, the modern art offerings, it leaves you with one big question, right? How does a place this ancient stay so incredibly vital in the 21st century? Well, the answer really is in its incredible ability to weave all those different threads together. It takes imperial history, personal spirituality, and living modern culture, and braids them into this one strong, unbroken tradition. Izumo Taisha isn't just surviving, it's thriving, and it's doing it not by shutting out the present, but by weaving it right into its own fabric. That's what ensures it's not just a relic of the past, but a vital part of Japan's future.